Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
And Moses joins us on the desk with sports, and the Bonnyville Pontiacs returned to a very loud RJ Lalonde Arena last night.
Yeah, both the Saints and the Pontiacs were ready to go for this one. They split the first 2 games of the best-of-7 series, those both in Spruce Grove. Parker McKay, one of these 2 guys, is going to be headlining the show. He leads the league in playoff goals, that is, of course, taking on Troy Tremblay. Second period, Saints up 2-1. It's Tremblay who comes up with a huge save. More pressure from Spruce. Tremblay allows a rebound and robs McKay point blank. Now Tremblay would continue to stymie the Saints' attack, getting a piece of the puck, that is, just over the cage. Late second, though, the Saints' persistence does pay off. A lucky bounce off the stanchion right to McKay for his 9th of the playoffs. That made it 3-1. Then in the final ticks of the frame, McKay left alone in the slot, and he will bury it. And that would make it 4-1. Just so happens to be the final. The Saints showing why they're one of the best teams in the nation. They actually outshot the Pontiacs by 31 in the first 2 periods alone here. Now they take a 2-1 series lead, and Aaron Bordado has more from game number 3.
They call it puck luck. And on Monday night, the Bonnyville Pontiacs had none of it, as it seemed every bad bounce went the way of the white and gold.
Yeah, those are tough goals. I mean, it's a 2-1 hockey game. If you're going into the third 2-1, it's a little different than 4-1, although at no point do we feel like we're out of the hockey game.
And that's just part of the game, you know, board bounces or something that's going to go off a glass stanchion. Could go for us next game. Can't really help those, but we just got to get back to it tomorrow. It's a new day.
The loss comes at no fault to the huge effort from Pontiac goaltender Troy Tremblay, who stood on his head, racking up 33 saves in a losing effort.
He for sure was our best player tonight by far. Every night he's ready to go, and that's a huge thing to have in the playoffs. A goalie that could steal you a game.
As the physicality ramps up with every shift this deep in the playoffs, the Pontiacs will need to find a way to toe the line between playing tough playoff hockey and taking unnecessary penalties.
I'd say in playoffs, every series amps up a little bit more. You just want to get that edge, and you'll do whatever it takes for the team, and I think we just got to keep doing that.
They've got a good power play, and we want to definitely give them as few opportunities on that power play as possible.
A tall task for the Pontiacs when the Spruce Grove Saints come into the postseason ranked #2 in the nation.
It's a physical game. We expect a physical series, and we're going to need to be physical with them in order to contain their speed and their skill.
The Ponts will look to get back on track when Game 4 goes tonight at 7:30 in Bonnyville. Aaron Bordado, Newcap Sports.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. We'll move on to rugby now. After a 1-year hiatus, it's definitely going to be on in the border city. Why? Well, the Lloydminster Reapers Rugby Club is coming into the season refreshed, hoping their move into a new league will pay off for both teams. Nerman Issa takes a look at both the men's and women's teams, but tonight she'll bring us the men's side.
Ready, yes!
Rugby drills may be tough, but these players are even tougher. It's hard to get a feel for the game practicing inside a gym, but soon they will be outdoors.
There's a lot of guys here, they just can't wait to get on the pitch, you know, including myself. So
Rugby runs in Roger Bevan's blood. The Irishman moved to the border city a year ago and is now the head coach and a player for the men's team.
Just love it. Just started playing when I was 12, you know, and just training, just good team commitment, good laugh, good parties to go to after the games. You know, rugby players are they like their few points and they like training.
Now the men's team has an international flavor to it this season. There are players from Ireland, England and South Africa suiting up for them.
In South Africa, rugby is basically the equivalent to hockey in terms of popularity. So as soon as you can run, pretty much there you're playing rugby. So I've been playing for about 20 years, very passionate about the game. And when I heard there was a team here, it didn't take me long to sign up. Yeah.
You've a lot of guys who have a really high standard of rugby, and they tend to bring the people with the not as much standard up as well, you know. They're good kind of role models.
While the Reapers have several guys who have played at a higher level, they're always looking for more players, even if you have never played the game before.
We have new guys coming every week. I think in the last 2 weeks we're after seeing 4 new faces, guys who never even threw a rugby ball before, you know. So like, it's not just, don't be afraid to come out, because it's not like we're going to be throwing you straight into the, you know, straight into hitting guys.
Just get on down here and give it a go. There are a couple of people this season, this is maybe their third practice, third time ever touching a rugby ball, and they're loving it, so it's definitely worth the effort.
My friends twisted my arm into it, thought I'd try it. Just get out and have some fun. I really enjoyed my first year, so I thought I might as well play a second year.
Anyone interested in joining the team can go to reapersrugby.com for more information. Nara Manisa, Newcap Sports.
And that is your first look at sports. Now, I know the rugby team is looking for some players. Maybe Gerard Lampow will announce his decision whether he will or he won't. And you want to find out, you're just going to have to tune in just a few minutes.